Live service, subscription-based delisting. What I exactly mean with that is in the software world, in the game world, and even in the software world. So if we talk about other kinds of applications like Adobe, applications for audio production, video production, music production, plugins, we are all the time going more in a world of a live service slash subscription-based model. Even Xbox Game Pass is a subscription business. Now, the strange thing is, if you ask to most people about do you want to own your software, everybody wants to own his software. So what this also have to do with is killing perpetual licenses, and I will explain what I mean with that. Is many games are being delisted, or online functionalities are being taken away, is because we want to go all in a world with live service subscription model. So in the world of music production also, they just want now you to play $30 per month, and then you have access to Cubase instead of having a perpetual license. And on all the plugin websites and music production websites, they are just making it all the time more difficult, and some don't even do it anymore, like Pro Tools, to get a perpetual license for your software. And if you ask to most people, they say, "Well, I want to own my software. If I tell you, I don't sell you this game, but you can only rent it for me for €15 a month," nobody is interested. But then Game Pass. Is for everybody is okay. Well, it's just a big list of very old games already that in many sites they just give away for free. So for me, the Epic Store is actually the best Game Pass you can get, because the Epic Store in the last 2 or 3 years gave already a couple of hundred games away for free. So but my point in that is that we are going all the time more in a world like that, and people are not understanding is that you are already. People say, "I don't want to have a subscription model. I want just perpetual licenses for my software." But most people are already in a subscription model, including the fact that you are always needing to online in services to access your games or your software, and that. Many plugins and software, you all the time need to be online and for activation. And in games also, if you look to live service games, that is already a subscription model. And they are just renting you the game. You after it buy season passes and skins and this and that, and they even call it then free games, but they are just live service games. But for the season passes and the skins, you pay a fortune. And many free-to-play games, in quote marks, are actually much more expensive than just a full AAA game that you buy. Look at Destiny. Look actually at many live service games where the season passes are $50 or $60 or minimum 30, and we are already completely in a world of subscription and live services. And they are trying the delisting. Why I talk about delisting is because they are delisting things is because they want to get rid of live service things. So they want to get rid, sorry, not of live service, but of perpetual licenses. Well, I'll give you a good example of that. Who have done that in the plugin world? You have a company called Waves that make up very known plugins, a lot for production in studios and live transmissions and recordings, even for the cinema and for football matches and stuff. They use they sell a lot, and these guys just also all of a sudden try to pull off to let everybody that had perpetual licenses for their software. They just wanted to kill from one day to the other and push everybody into a subscription model. So you can have access then not to the plugins that you bought, but to a bigger package of software. But you needed to then pay $30 per month, or I don't know how much it was exactly. Just throw a number in the air, and they got a big backlash, and it backfired on them, and they have immediately reverted that, because they literally were just the focal point of negativity in the plugin world and in the audio production world. But if you start looking to to games and to especially production software for audiovisual, and even if you start looking at many tools that I used to use. I work a lot in IT, and I used to use a lot of partition tools and clone tools that you could just for free resize or clone partitions or clone hard drives or operating systems and stuff. And those ones also, they were all for free, and now they're all going to paid, and some even to also subscription model, So and then about the delisting of games, people defend even companies by saying that EA have delisted many games now, including online functionality they take away from games, is because they want you to be in the online functionality of the latest games, including those Maddens and those FIFAs, where they sell you first a game and then sell you skins and season passes, and then after a year they reset everything with a new Madden or a new FIFA, and loot boxes that you can buy and skins, and some have even pay to win mechanics in it, and they want you in that, and that is why then many games are being delisted or online functionalities are being taken away. Epic have done it also now. They've taken the Unreal franchises down, and Ubisoft have also several games now taken the online functionality away, because they cannot take away the single player functionalities because you bought it, so that would be robbery, So what they do is they say to people that they can't afford to keep the master service running, while they could always afford it, but now all of a sudden they can't afford it anymore, so they take away the functionalities of the game. Some games are literally just being delisted and taken away, like Epic have done with the whole Unreal franchise, and they're going to give you then one Unreal in the future to make up for it, sort of. But people are not realizing, and people are defending this, even saying, yeah, because they cannot maintain, they cannot pay the master servers, while you have many not just middle-class people who own themselves dedicated servers and master servers, and even the community set up all sorts of servers themselves that are secondary to EA's or Epic's or Ubisoft's servers. And then people defend it even and say that these corporations can't afford the service, while those corporations are worth 32 billion each, just one of them. Not going to call names who's exactly worth what, but there you go, but they can't afford the master service anymore. And you have even people actively on Twitter and on YouTube defending that, while the only reason is because they want to pull you in the new service-based, subscription-based world, and they want to get rid of perpetual licenses. Then your game with single player and multiplayer, the way that you bought it 10 years ago, is a perpetual license. You paid for those functionalities, and they are just taken away from you, and not because they can't afford to have the service online, because that's complete nonsense. That it's just to pull you in the new world of subscription-based live services, and to get rid of perpetual licenses. And that goes for Adobe Photoshop, that goes for Pro Tools, that goes for all the video game creators. So, and people need to really realize that, and if we don't do nothing about it in the next couple of years, we are all going to be our old games are not going to work anymore unless communities keep them running, which is many times not the financial difficulty, but of course time and also sometimes difficult for the community to keep on holding servers online because they don't have the source code, and it costs a lot of time to be doing that for all sorts of games. So also for game preservation, we need to stop this, because you are any service that you're using, even if it's a free game, if it's online, and you need to always be online logged in to be able to play that. Any day they can take it away from you, and that's just also what happened with the Wave incident. You can see it on my YouTube channel. I made a video about that, about what Waves exactly tried to pull off. And that you need to realize is that you don't own nothing. You don't buy software. There's a buy button when you buy software, but you're actually not buying it. You're just renting the software temporarily, and whenever they feel like it, they can just flip the switch and take the software away from you. And I think that people need to be very, very careful with that. And I think people should really push back against live services and subscription-based models in subscription-based models to really, really make sure that we are not being pulled into a world where they any moment they want, they can pull the plug and they can literally take away your property to then push you into another product or into another subscription based service and keep you like that always in their control. And I think that we need to push back to that. So, but there you go. That's my opinion about subscription based models and getting rid of perpetual licenses and why we should really push back against this. So there you go. Until the next time, stay safe, take care. I'll catch you in the next one.